how impressed have you been with what Hunter's been able to do this last week, but the season as a whole?
Well, he, in some respects, I just felt like he's certainly matured, but has willingly said, "Hey, man, climb on my back. I got you." And the best part about that is just seeing a guy that's had some ups and downs, and certainly some of the personal things that he's dealing with in his life, to be able to go out and focus on something else for 3.5 hours. So kudos for him. I mean, he's done it honestly this year ever since he got back on campus from the summer. He's continued it on. So this isn't a fluke. This is who he is, and I think he's finally grasping this is who he is.
Did you guys see that in those early kind of fall scrimmage games that he was going to be this guy that no doubt was going to be the one backing up Torque?
Truthfully, we weren't sure which way we wanted to go with it.
Okay.
Whether you wanted somebody on the front side of that, because he had struggled in the past on the breaking stuff. He's matured. We thought maybe we'd give him some more fastballs with Torque hitting behind. So I'd be lying to you if I said we were 100% sure this is the way we were going. We were going to try it this way for a little bit and see how it played out. It's played out pretty well.
Yeah.
When you can make, things are going well when you make decisions like putting Tolman in there, and he goes 3 for 3, and does what he did.
Yeah.
It just seems like everything's going right.
But he's good. I think he's earned that. He's a guy in our fall stuff hit really well, and we just because other guys have been performing, we just haven't had he hasn't had the opportunities, or let me correct that, we haven't given him the opportunities. And this was one of those where I just felt like, it's kind of a relaxed day. He came in, did a good job on the mound last night. They had a fastball pitcher, and that was really the strategic decision was Eric's going to be on time. He's going to compete. That guy was, I think one of the better arms certainly in the country. So I don't want to say that I'm not, it's after the fact, but we expected him to do something today because he's a really, really competitive kid.
How much does his ability to confidently go both ways with the bat and on the mound, how much does that allow you to feel the flexibility of using him both ways to make your bench feel a little bit longer at times?
Well, and we've said, you've heard me talk about him on the mound. Like, I'm never going to question him on the mound because you look at him, he's aggressive. Whatever he does, he's giving it best. In fact, he just got our win shirt, and the reason he did is because this guy is split time. He doesn't get a lot of the reps that the guys get offensively, but he still goes out and produce. I could tell you numerous times throughout my career where you do something like that with a guy, and even before the game starts, they're going to be like, well, how am I supposed to succeed? I haven't practiced as much as everybody. So the point being, and we made it with the team, is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're given the opportunity to go compete, no excuses. And so very pleased with that. And he got that and earned that because he's been aggressive. He's an aggressive personality. And I'll take my chances with that any day of the week.
When Cat went out there for Corrigan, you could have made a pitching change right there, but let's try to figure out a way to let him work his way out.
Yeah, he was just missing on some balls down. I thought, my indicator for me, what I'm looking for is a guy still being aggressive. If a guy's out there tentative and he's walking people, there is no question. You get his rear end out. But if a guy is out there and he's around the zone, he's still competing, he's not letting the last pitch phase you, then you know what? Stay with it, because he's gotten us out of he's proven he's gotten us out of some big jams already. So in my mind, he earned the opportunity based on what he's done to get out of that opportunity, which he ultimately did. Made some really good pitches when he needed to.
Brought Blake back out for the 9th inning today, surrendered 3 runs. Did he show you today closer to what you have been looking for, and it just didn't go right, or what did you see today?
Well, it's still, we got some things we need to work on with him. But you try to get these guys. That's a tough part. There's a tendency, particularly as young guys, when a score is a little bit wider, for whatever reason, and I'd say this isn't just here at Arizona State, I'm sure other coaches across the country deal with it, is guys get a little mentally lazy. They don't treat it like a tight ball game. And in this game, when you're playing, everybody's giving scholarships. When you're playing good players and you get mentally lazy, things happen. And if you're not on your best, but he's working at it. The good of it is he's a good kid. He's going to work hard. He's got tremendous ability. I almost say the bad part, but I think clearly he's got some things to work on. And and I think today was an indication of that. But we're not, we are not losing confidence or faith in that guy. He's going to be a big part of what we're doing as we get into conference play. But we got to tighten some things up on some technique stuff.
Was he mixing a slider in there today?
A little bit, yeah. And I think as that continues to develop, I don't think you're going to see line scores like that.
Of all the good things that have happened in this first month, are there one or two things that stand out the most to you now as you get ready to go into conference play?
I would say the genuine passion, the genuine care that these guys have for each other, and I think a lot of that has probably developed. And I'll just say it. A lot of these kids have heard nothing but negative things for a long time, and when you're constantly bombarded like that, you can do one of two things. You can succumb to that and start buying into that and making excuses, or you tighten your circle, you become closer. So for me, what I like is there's a genuine closeness with that team. There's a genuine sincerity when Mark Lidd goes in and hits a home run. Guys are happy. Spencer Torkelson, tough day for him. 0 for 4 today, but that dude is in there and he's high-fiving guys and cheering. So for me, it's that. That may not be the answer. You may want more of a tactical thing. So I'd say, yeah, I think defensively we're playing better. I think the pitching, we're able to get guys in spots, which allow them to have a better chance of success. But I'm looking at the big pictures. I love how close this group is, and we're going to face adversity at some point. I'm not stupid enough to think that isn't going to happen. But I've got a lot of confidence in this group that they love each other and they're going to fight through it no matter what. And so, everybody, hey, they got to get off to a good start. They got to get off to a good start. Well, we got off to a good start. But we talk about it all the time. It's not where we are right now. It's where we want to go. And we know we've done really nothing yet. We've done nothing yet. Conference starts a week from now, next weekend. But what we're not going to do is all of a sudden flip some switch and say, okay, conference, we got to do something differently. We're not going to do that. We're just going to keep playing for each other in that locker room. We think that if we do that, we trust each other, we've got good enough players in that locker room, things will take care of itself. It will be what it's supposed to be.
Where is Drew Swift in terms of getting back out on the field right now?
I think he's close. We're going to be cautious with that. I would say we'll see him out there pretty soon.
Seems like everyone on the team kind of knows their role and knows where they stand. How beneficial do you think that is?
Well, I think it's great. I mean, I don't know what you do in your world outside of this or whatever, but I always look at ask yourself that. It's like if you go to work every day and you know what's expected of you, you can kind of be focused on and really be laser tuned to what you're supposed to do. It gives you a comfort level. You're not wondering. And that's no different in athletics. I think when guys go to the park and they know, hey, this is my role, not that you're ever satisfied with your role. What's your role right now? Right, you probably want to be like a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, right? I mean, but you're still striving to improve that role, but you're comfortable, you're just more comfortable, you perform better when you know what's expected of you. And we've had the ability over time to see these guys. Last year we weren't in that because we had a bunch of freshmen out there still trying to figure out themselves as players, us still trying to figure. We didn't have the roles on the pitching staff defined, but now that we have that, I think it translates into a comfort level, which then translates into, to me, a better performance.
Good way to end it.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.